Have you ever wondered what would happen if a submarine imploded? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into the watery abyss of submarine implosion. Let's imagine our submarine as an underwater pressure cooker. We've got some high stakes here, folks. Not just your grandma's stew at risk, but a whole crew of sailors. Now picture this. You're inside this giant metal can, surrounded by tons of water exerting tremendous pressure. But thanks to some clever engineering, it's toasty and comfortable inside. This is because a submarine is designed to balance the pressure inside and out. Think of it as a delicate dance between the crushing forces of the deep blue and the sturdy resilience of human ingenuity. But like any good dance, there's always a chance of stepping on your partner's toes. In this case, it's not a squash toe we're worried about though, so we get it. Submarines are basically underwater pressure cookers, but what happens when things go wrong? Now let's imagine a scenario where a submarine can't handle the pressure anymore. Picture this. A submarine going down, 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 and then bang. You might be thinking, what just happened? Well, our underwater vessel just got an unexpected invitation to the implosion party, and let me tell you, it's the kind of party that leaves a mark. So let's break down the party events. The submarine is something like a massive metal balloon. As it descends into the deep, the water pressure around it increases. Now imagine you're inside a balloon, and a bunch of invisible elephants are sitting on it. That's more or less the feeling our submarine is having. The submarine's walls are designed to withstand this pressure, but there's a limit to how much of this elephant party they can handle. Once the pressure exceeds the limit, the walls start creaking and groaning like an old man trying to do a cartwheel. Now, if the pressure keeps increasing, our submarine's walls can't hold up anymore. This is when our implosion party gets into full swing. The walls collapse inward, and the submarine shrinks faster than a cheap t-shirt in a hot wash. This all happens in a split second, quicker than you can say, implosion party. And what's left is a twisted, crumpled mess of metal that once was a mighty submarine. So, an imploding submarine is like a soda can crushed by an invisible giant, not a party you'd want an invite to, right? But what happens after the Big Bang? What does the aftermath of a submarine implosion look like? Imagine you're at a party and suddenly, all the balloons pop at once. That's pretty much the underwater equivalent of a submarine implosion. Only, instead of startled partygoers, it's the sea life getting the shock of their lives. When a submarine implodes, it releases a massive amount of energy, creating shock waves that ripple through the water. It's like someone cranked up the bass on their underwater stereo system to the max. These shock waves can cause quite a stir in the marine neighborhood, sending fish flying and seaweed swaying. Now, imagine the shock waves as a group of rowdy party crashers. They barge into the sea, disrupting everything in their path, causing a lot of commotion. It's not exactly the sea creature's idea of a good time, let me tell you. But it's not just the underwater disco that's a problem. These shock waves can damage or destroy other submarines and ships in the vicinity. A submarine implosion is like the world's worst game of dominoes, where one falling piece can set off a chain reaction of destruction. So, while it might be fun to imagine a submarine implosion as a surprise sea party, the reality is much more serious. The shock waves can cause significant damage, and the environmental impact can be severe. So, not only does the submarine get crushed like a soda can, it also creates a shockwave party in the sea. Talk about going out with a bang. Alright, so we've traveled to the depths of the sea and survived a submarine implosion. What have we learned? We've learned that the ocean is a colossal pressure cooker, and submarines are like those hard-boiled eggs you toss in. If the shell cracks, well, you're in for a messy situation. We've also learned about the implosion party, and I don't mean the kind with balloons and cake. We're talking about the deafening, crushing, and utterly destructive kind of party. The kind where you'd rather be the wallflower than the guest of honor. Finally, we've seen the aftermath. A shockwave that makes a rock concert's speakers look like a whisper, and a debris field that would make a tornado blush. It's a sobering reminder of the power of nature and the importance of respecting it. So there you have it, the underwater pressure cooker, the implosion party, and the shockwave aftermath. Next time you're in a submarine, remember to respect the deep sea pressure, or else you'll be in for a crushing party you didn't sign up for.